Hello, everyone. Hello, George. How are you this evening? How you been? I'm doing okay. I'm not up to par today. Have you done any spirit boxes? I haven't got any notifications. You can probably tell I'm not feeling too good. I know everyone else is busy tonight. Oh, I haven't got any notifications. I'll have to go back and find them. Corinne's everywhere. Right now, she's over. I can't think of the name. I'm glad you're here, George. Wow. All right, if you have to go to bed, go to bed. I just got up a little bit ago. You're good? Okay. I just don't know how long, but I'm going to try to go an hour if anybody comes in. Oh, hold on. I'll tell you where she's at. Global Ghost Hunt. She's over there. Hour good? Yeah. Yeah, they're doing a Halloween special right now. There's a team in there investigating Tombstone Cemetery. I don't know. Yeah, Dawn's doing good. He's got to go for a test Monday for a lung test. He's got to walk and he's got to do something else. I can't remember. I'm going to take my spirit box along with me when we go. Oh, okay. I haven't got a notice. I'll have to go check it all out. See why I didn't get notified. Okay. Thanks for stopping in. Yes, I do, George. Don't you say it's all right. I'll mack you up one side and go mack you down the other. I should make something. Yeah, I know I should make something. I'm doing okay, Kay. Yeah, I wish my eyes were wide. Hmm. Hello, Mike. Okay, you're lurking. Good. Hello, Belinda. Hello, Angela, if you're here. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to go back now. It's so hot in this trailer tonight. I hear we got some cold weather coming. Yeah. Oh boy. That can't happen. That can't happen. It's 61 up here right now. Oh, it's only gonna be in the 50s? That's cold. They can't take you out now, Misfit. Belinda, wifey. They can't take you out. You're welcome. Yeah, it's getting down there. 40s, yeah. That could be cold in Texas. I know you're not a troll. Yeah, George, you're a troll. Yeah, you troll me, don't you? Woman found dead in dumpster. Oh boy. Can't find it now. News. There it is. Oh, it clearly said 5. Wow. You gotta do some lives. Oh. Let's see, that's his name. Lewis came through. Hmm. I'll catch up to I said I haven't been getting them. I'm getting notified. So how you been doing, wifey? I'll give you a face, George. I just haven't been doing anything. Feels like I'm trying to catch. My chest is getting heavy. I'll give you some frowning, all right? That's good. You keep saying that, I'm going to beat you, George. My faces look better. One minute I get real hot, next minute I get real cold. Yes, the weather is terrible. We had that freezing wet weather. Now we got warm weather. Up there it is. Oh, I can't tell you right now. I don't know what it was. 61 here. Oh, we got a lot of ghosties and skulls. Wow. Somebody's in the Halloween spirit. Ain't me. Not this year. When is Angela doing her Halloween special? Anybody know? Wifey? $78 there? Yeah, it is 61 here. Yeah, her on Halloween. Okay. What time? Do you know the time? I'll feed you guys in a minute. I'll get you guys some hay and stuff. Low last night was 80. Oh, you don't know yet. When you find out, let me know. Somebody's here with me. I can feel them. Who's here with me? Speaking to my computer. I'll have to hook it all up. I gotta hook these. Gotta hook this up. I gotta charge this tonight. So I can really feel somebody here. I gotta find the box. I feel somebody by me, standing next to me or something. Spirit box, don't get funny. All right, Mike, you tell my spirit box. Okay, I gotta go outside for a second. I'll be right back. Whoops, talk about amongst yourselves. All right. I'll feed you guys in a minute. I'll give you guys some hay when I come in. We're not going to bed. Oh, I forgot to tell you, George. Spirit box fell. George. Dawn's got to go for a sleep test too. Yeah, they're hungry all the time. Okay, box on. Reverse. We're in 200. We're running at 200. And I don't hear. Oh, I forgot to turn on the speaker.
Bluetooth mode. Bluetooth mode. AUX mode.
Hello, spirits. And you want to say hi to us? standing beside me because I can feel you. What's your name? Feed those pigs. Yeah, they'll get fed. I want to talk to the spirit that's in my trailer. Are you here? I can feel you. Are there any spirits with us? Can you talk clear so we can understand you? I might be reading a story here shortly, spirits. You gonna listen? Spirits, George is here. Who's here? Can you say your name? Don't be shy. We're not bad people. Don't tell them you're here. Okay, George is not here. You left. We're all good people. How many spirits are here with us? I like to know who's standing next to me. Spirits, I know someone's here with me. You have something you have to tell me? What do you gotta tell me? So did I. You don't have to be shy, spirits. You can talk to us. We will listen. One of my loved ones want to say something to me? I'm going to take it down to 150, see if we can hear something there. Hello, spirits. I can hear someone, but I can't make you out. How many are here with us? How many wants to talk to us? Does anyone want to talk to us? If you're not going to talk to us, I'm going to go ahead and read a story. Yeah, I know. I heard that. I can hear that, but I can't make it out. Who's the woman that's trying to come through? What's your name? Step closer so we can hear you. And tell us your name. What is your name? I just heard a male's voice. Oh, really? I'm starting to get a headache. All right, spirits, you're not going to talk to us and I'll let you go. Yeah, I missed it. I could hear you guys trying to speak. I can't make you out. I want to know who's the spirit that's here visiting me. What's your name? Go. Why do you want me to go? Okay, spirits, I'm gonna go. You want to say goodbye to us? We'll talk to you later, spirits. Goodbye. All right, I'm going. I'm going to shut the spirit box off. We'll talk to you later. Well, whoever it is didn't want to talk. And I'm charging the spirit, charging the spirit box up. I'm charging the speaker up because it's probably going to be going dead here shortly. And guess we'll read a story for a while. Okay, this one here is called. Yeah, I heard something a couple times too, but I just couldn't make them out. Okay, the murders of the Blue Ball Inn. Maybe, had she been judged by her outward appearance alone, Priscilla Moore Robinson could only have been suspected of compulsive cleanliness. With her starch white bonnet and the well ironed pleats in her perennial bleached apron. All right, George, I'll see you next time. The proprietor of the Blue Ball Inn was about as sanitized as people in the 18th century. Oh, I got lost my place. Could be. Yet there was more to old Prissy than a scrubbed and pressed wardrobe. Some patrons caught her staring at certain individuals when she thought no one was looking. Her cold eyes gleamed with a sudden fierce of malevolence, while the deep blue, well, yeah, let's try this again. While the deep lines in her face bent into creases of hatred. Anyone who saw Priscilla in this light was never able to look at her in any other way ever again. The sturdy matriarch of the Chester County Inn was transformed into someone who, at the moment, was capable of anything. We may never know the inner workings of old Prissy mind, but it seems that some part of her depravity may have been a reaction to the instability of her times. Born in 1760, Priscilla witnessed huge changes during her 100 years. The United States emerged from 13 original colonies that steam-driven trains replaced the horse-drawn wagons in the Industrial Revolution, which she did not understand, practically remade the world she lived in. Such momentous developments would be hard for any person to digest in one lifetime. But to a person like Priscilla, whose naturally suspicious character was spiced with generous doses of red hot rancor, and a temper of the times fostered and deeply ingrained misanthropy. Priscilla's grandfather, Dr. Bernard Van Leer, purchased the Blue Ball Inn and the 209 acres it was situated on in 1759. The inn was located on the well-traveled Old Lancaster Road and made a good business off travelers between Philadelphia and Lancaster in 1794. However, a new stone turnpike was constructed a few miles north of the Blue Ball, isolating the tavern from the steady eastward flow of traffic. Priscilla was 34 years old when the new turnpike jeopardized the family business. Despite all the hard work that she had put into the tavern, she learned that her own livelihood largely depended on the force between her control. The, the owner of the now deserted inn responded by building another Blue Ball Inn, this one much larger than the first establishment. Constructed from Pennsylvania trap stone and fitted with old crescent-shaped windows cut into the rooms of the third floor. The inn was built right next to the new stone turnpike. Shortly after the relocation, Priscilla took over the proprietorship of the inn. And it was then that people in the area began to talk with fearful glances and hurried whispers about their unnerving goings on at the Blue Ball Inn. Sometimes ugly had overtaken Priscilla Robinson by the time she was in her mid-30s. Her sudden fits and hatred for the people around her, which had already occurred periodically when she was younger, came more frequently. Her face assumed a permanent mask that mild loathing and a cold glint in her dark eyes shone like a full moon in January. Uh, any person glancing at her would have easily believed anyone in the story about the mad innkeeper in Dalesford that were circulating around Chester County. Not only did Priscilla's first husband, Edward Robertson, vanish mysteriously shortly after the new inn was opened, but there was accounts of more than one visitor disappearing in the middle of the night. The first time it happened, some patrons were awakened from sleep in the early hours with the sounds of several muffled thuds, and a few minutes later they heard another sound, a slow grating noise coming from the kitchen downstairs as if someone down there was digging a shovel into hard, dry dirt. The next morning, guests in the common room muttered among themselves. Those who have heard the noises during the night were already suspicious, and it was only a matter of time before someone pointed out that the one of the patrons was missing. Old Prissy eventually emerged from the kitchen, laden with trays of hot breakfast, strong coffee. Her heavily starched clothing practically crackling as she buzzed around the customers. Nothing in her demeanor betrayed any sense of guilt, and she occasionally disregarded any questions about the missing patron. Bob, the stocky innkeeper, exclaimed, "Serves the drunk lout right, rummaging through my bar for free whiskey." Old Prissy swept the room with her fierce gaze, and a thick silence fell over the lot. She let the silence linger for a few seconds before concluding, "So I threw the thief out into the night, and that would be the end of the issue." Over the years, this scene repeated itself as a number of different occasions, and the Blue Ball Inn slowly acquired a reputation for mysteriously swallowing up guests. Old Prissy aged into a fierce old woman, staunchly dedicated to keeping her tavern spotless, a task she was more successful at than she was at keeping her name clean. One woman who spent the night at the tavern was found the next morning hanging over the stairs to the second floor, strung by the neck. Priscilla was unconcerned, stating that she had no idea why the woman would want to commit suicide in her inn. Few believed that the death was self-inflicted. Along with all the bizarre events, Priscilla went through two more husbands after her first marriage. Both John Cahill and John Fisher disappeared without a trace soon after marrying, and their bodies were never found. Somehow, locals were not bothered that old Prissy was the only thrice widow woman in Chester County. Most of Priscilla's later years were spent battling the railroad because she had lived to see the construction of a turnpike, making the first Blue Ball Inn obsolete. She probably wasn't surprised when the railroad linking Philadelphia to Lancaster was completed, running her roadside inn, and the road it was situated on largely unnecessarily. Not surprised, but not happy either, old Prissy made it a habit to go out and meet the train, yelling profanities at the iron horse as it passed by. The sight of the curmudgeonly old lady hobbling after the train, cursing with a sailor's vocabulary, struck the engineer as hilarious, and they began having fun with her. When she appeared next to the tracks, they blew the train whistle and waved to her happily in mocking greeting. This only infuriated her more. To add insults to injuries, the train station is nearby Paoli caused business to boom for her prime competitor, the General Paoli Inn. Things came to a head when the train ran over a cow of old Prissy that had been grazing near the tracks. When her demands for reparation were not immediately met, she took matters into her own hands. Smearing the tracks with fat from her dead cow, she stood by and watched gleefully as the train approached the slick rails. The wheels spun effectually when it hit the slippery metal. Unable to make it up the gradual incline into Paoli, it slowly slid to a complete stop. Thrilled that she had gotten the train to stop, old Prissy broke into a jig in front of the outraged engineer and delivered insults between fits of sardonic laughter. She was reimbursed for her dead cow that same day. Priscilla had become something of a folk hero, the lone individual taking a stand against the big money of the railroad. But she was a folk hero with a failing business, a dark past, and a difficult disposition. When old Percy passed away in 1860, she quickly faded into anonymity. No one could get comfortable at the Blue Ball Inn after Prissy died. Anyone who spent any time in the building became convinced that it was haunted. Odd noises were heard coming from the ground floor kitchen, and sudden screams in the middle of the night were an all too frequent occurrence. The Blue Ball couldn't attract any employees, let alone customers, and in 1894 it was sold to new owner who were intent on converting the inn into a home. During the ensuing renovation, the rumor of the atrocity in the Blue Ball Inn from so many years earlier were finally corroborated by hard material evidence. Uh-oh. 6 skeletons were dug up in the kitchen cellar, the same kitchen that guests had heard the scraping sounds from years ago. Their split skulls made it obviously that they had died from fierce blows to the head. Another skeleton was found buried in the orchard with the same cleft in the skull. If old Percy was indeed the one who had murdered these victims, she was consistent in her method. Account of haunted activities were reported soon after Priscilla's death, but following the disinterment of skeletal remains from the Blue Ball, the frequency of the natural phenomena rose to new heights. The new residents claimed they saw the apparition of an old woman clothed in blood-splattered dress walking through their house late in the evening. On other nights, the sound of drawing violently opening and shutting were heard in the same room that old Prissy had slept in when she was alive. Theories suggest that the unearthing of the skeletons had somehow recalled the emotional trauma of the murders, and that the supernatural manifestation of the killer was reliving the moments following the murder, looking for clean clothes to replace the blood-stained ones she had committed her murders in. Residents of the former Blue Ball Inn had continued to claim that strange things happened in the building. Although the old kitchen was converted into a book room, it is it is still the focus of haunted activities in the house. Recently, inhabitants have claimed to hear quick series of knocks coming from the book room, according to one resident. A housekeeper resigned after she felt a freezing cold hand grab and hold onto her shoulder. Apparently, the room was empty, with a grip was so strong it hurt, leaving a bruised imprint where the visible hand had grabbed the poor woman. Household dogs that have come and gone exhibited extreme dislike for both the book room and Priscilla's old bedroom, growling menacingly with raised hackles into the empty chambers. Other dogs have been seized by sudden fits of explicable fear, yelping unexpectedly and running as if from an invisible assailant. We may never know what moved Priscilla Moore Robinson to commit the atrocity acts attributed to her. Were there revenge for some unknown domestic violence? Perhaps a struggling innkeeper murdered for money, robbing her victims as their possessions before she buried them? Or was she simply a psychopath, murdering living in the time when mental disorders were unrecognized? Given the sparse information we have today, all we can do is guess. But whatever the reason behind the murders of the Blue Ball Inn, they were obviously inhuman enough to leave an unnatural imprint that have survived new exhibits, renovations, and passage of over a century. Oh, the next story is called Eastern State Penitentiary, a prison. The next chapter is Public Phantoms. That's one place I want to go to. The Eastern Penitentiary. Yeah. I hope you guys all you're listening, Kay. Well, thank you. Oh, I think everybody left me. I know Belinda's there because she listens to my stories. Yeah. I see you. Yeah, we couldn't figure out who's with me, but they're still here. I could feel them. Could be Alex, the little boy that stays with me. You like story time? I do too. But I wish they had smaller words sometimes. I know a lot of people. The next story we have the Eastern Penitentiary. A lot of people investigated that prison. I think it's to a point where there ain't no sense investigating more because too many people have investigated it. Lancaster ain't too far from me. Ain't what I want. It's about a 5-hour drive for me. Let's see. Let's see more of that. Hmm. Yeah. Is that the only thing you're here for is a story time? Yeah, I'm going to get off here. Well, I'd like to thank everybody. I'd like to thank George, Mike, Kay, Linda. Thank you all for being here. I know. I'd like to thank you all for being here. I'm getting off here. Good night, Kay. Good night, Wifey. Good night, Michael. Take care and stay safe. Wear your masks. Goodbye.